Oh, I think I'm on now. Sorry. What's up, TD Nation? It's Lance here. All the rookies, the new people in the group, I just wanted to formally welcome you. Neil had this great idea. Since we have so many people being added to the group, we've got close to 500 people now, but there's new people added constantly. And you guys weren't part of the initial kickoff call where I go over all your nutrition and all your plans. So we wanted to formally welcome you. We didn't want you to feel like you were outcast or not part of the group. So we wanted to have a special call just for all of you new people. So I hope you're all tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Today I'm just going to go over a little bit about my story, and then I'm going to go through everything that's going to help you completely crush this challenge group. What I really want to stress to you guys is that us coaches are here for you. Even if you're not, on my specific team or on Kim's specific team or Joey's specific team, we're all a team, we're all a big family, and we're all just wanting to see you guys succeed. And the number one thing you can do to succeed is surround yourself with supportive people. And over the last 3.5 years, I think we've built an enormous team that's really in this for the right reasons. All we want to do is see you guys succeed. So I think we've given you guys every possible tool to crush this if you want it bad enough. So with that being said, for those of you that don't know me, I wanted to just go over my story a little bit. 3.5 years ago, I weighed 267 pounds and I was 35% body fat. I knew I was getting big, but I really, surprisingly enough, kind of crept up on me. I had, I got done with college and I was like maybe 205. I wasn't big, but, every year I was gaining 5-10 pounds sitting behind a desk, and after 10 years, all of a sudden it just realized I had gained a ton of weight. But I was doing the silly things. I was eating Oreos at night, ice cream at night, and for most of my life I had been able to do that without any problems. And then, age and metabolism slows down, and just all kind of caught up with me. And before I knew it, I was 267 pounds. I was hypertensive. I was getting ready to be put on blood pressure medication. I'd been tested for type 2 diabetes. I didn't have it, but I was tested for it. I had cholesterol issues. I had pains in the arches of my feet, in my knees, and my back. I had a sleeping disorder. All these things. So we had taken a family trip to Disney World, and just trying to get around the park and wanting to just be in the hotel by 1 o'clock in the afternoon just because I was so dead tired. I felt horrible. I knew when I got back home that I needed to change some things, but it really didn't hit me until I saw a picture that my father-in-law had taken of me at the pool with the girls, and I just didn't hardly recognize myself in a swimsuit. And that's when I saw that picture, I was like, man, I've got to do something. So, I'd seen the infomercial for P90X 100 times. I had tried to go to the gym several times and lose weight, but, I'd go to the gym, I'd do a couple of reps of whatever I thought was good, and then I'd wait around, talk to people, then jump back on the machines, and not really push myself, but really didn't know what I was doing. It was just kind of just floating through the gym, so to speak. Thought I knew what I was doing, but really had no idea what I was doing. So P90X seemed like a pretty awesome thing to me, although I was very skeptical of it because it was an infomercial. But I thought hopefully it'll take the guesswork out of what muscle groups to work and when to work them. So I bought it. I gave it a shot. And I actually started a little blog, nothing like the one I have now, but just started a little blog and kind of put myself out there on Facebook and told my friends that I was doing P90X to see, if it worked like the infomercial said it worked. And I truly did not think it was going to work. I had no plans of posting my day one photographs. I did take day one photographs, but I had no intention of posting them just because I was so embarrassed by them. But I'm really thankful that I did take them. So, a month later, I did not have my nutrition locked in totally, but it was pretty good. I had lost, I believe I had lost like 10 pounds, 8 or 10 pounds after the first month, and which didn't seem like a lot to me, but I looked at my day 1 photo and my day 30 photo, and I was pretty amazed at where I was at. So at that point, I decided to go ahead and post my picture to Facebook because I was so proud of what I had done. And I actually got a lot of support. Again, this was 3.5 years ago, so this was before challenge groups. This was before any of this stuff. I actually got a few people asking me what I was doing to lose weight. So I told them P90X, and most people laughed and said, "Oh, that really works." I'm like, "Well, it's working so far." So at that point, I started getting a lot of inquiries about what I was doing, and I actually had some Beachbody coaches contact me and ask me if I wanted to become a Beachbody coach, and I thought, no, I don't want to, because I really didn't know what Beachbody coaching was. I just assumed it was going to be, and not to knock this, but I just assumed it was going to be like Amway or Mary Kay or something like that. So without knowing anything about it, I just dismissed it. And one night my mom was over, and she's like, "Well, you know, you're using P90X, you're using Shakeology, and you know it's working. Why don't you just, you know, give it a shot?" So reached out to somebody, and actually did a little research, and finally found somebody that I thought was pretty good, and contacted him, and he helped me get on Shakeology. This was 30 days into my transformation. Helped me get on Shakeology. I became a coach so I could get Shakeology cheaper. And the rest is kind of history. The next 60 days, the weight flew off. I kept going. I did another 2-3 rounds of P90X. I dropped 75 pounds total over a year. So my before and after picture, the before picture you see on my profile page is actually the picture my father-in-law took at Disney World. The after picture is exactly 1 year later. So it took me several rounds of P90X. But, you know, I did it the healthy way, and it's the way I'm going to teach you guys to do it. Now, whether you guys follow my advice or not, it's up to you, but I'm going to tell you everything that I did to get the transformation that I got. So, you know, after a year, I sent in my photographs to Beachbody. I got contacted and won $1,000 in the Beachbody Challenge. And then I was contacted. I sent my pictures into Men's Fitness, and I was contacted by Men's Fitness magazine. A guy from New York contacted me, did an interview, and ran a transformation story on me in Men's Fitness magazine, which was really cool. And then the really cool thing was, about 6 months after my transformation, Beachbody contacted me and asked me if I would be willing to film in Vegas for the P90X infomercial. So that was really cool. So I got to film for the new P90X infomercial that's still not out. Who knows if they'll ever release it. But anyway, it was really cool. So so through that whole time, I've just been helping people. You know, not trying to sell you guys a bunch of products, although, you know, I use Shakeology, I use P90X, I know they work, and I know they helped me get the transformation I got. So of course, you know, we tell you guys about those, but we're not here to sell you products. We're here to help you get through the 90 days and kind of turn this into a lifestyle, and just be there to support you guys, whether Beachbody programs or Shakeology is in your budget or not. We don't care. We just want to see you guys succeed. So don't ever feel like, you know, you need to do a Beachbody program or be on Shakeology to receive our support. We just, you know, I don't think anybody on our team works like that. I think we've done a really good job of getting coaches who are really in this to help you guys, not to sell a bunch of products. So, you know, the one thing I did want to tell you guys is, because I get this question all the time, everyone asks me, is losing weight hard? And, you know, I can tell you, obviously, yes, it's hard. You guys all know it's hard. But really, it's 100% mental. Through all the transformations we've had, unless you have, you know, some kind of thyroid issue and you need special medication, I really believe that our nutrition plan with our fitness plans work for anybody. It's just all mental. Do you have it mentally in you to fight through those tough days, because you're going to have ups and downs, and when you have those downs, you need to lean on us for support so we can help you, so that you don't just turn, you know, one bad meal into 15 bad meals and then you're back where you started. So I truly believe that anybody can do this. I was somebody, when I started, that I thought I was just going to be big, because I thought, you know, I had even I was up to running like 21, 22 miles a week, and I wasn't losing weight. And I know why now, but I just thought I was somebody that my body just adjusted, and I was just going to be big, and there was nothing I could do about it. So when I found P90X and Shakeology and these awesome support groups and these people that I love, it really changed my life. That's why I'm so passionate about it. That's why if I ever hear anybody say anything bad about Beachbody, you'll hear from me. All right, so couple things, real quick disclaimer. I am a certified personal trainer and a certified P90X trainer, but I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just a fitness professional, a Beachbody coach, and a personal trainer. I'm not a nutritionist, so obviously anything that I advise you on, you guys need to check with your doctors first, because I don't know your medical condition. Everybody's going to have different medical conditions, and I'm not a doctor, so don't ask me medical questions. I can't give you advice. I've got to cover my butt, and I'm not going to give you medical advice, so just check with your doctor. All I'm going to do is give you tips that have worked for me and have worked for hundreds of people before you. If you ever watch our transformation video, you can just see, you know, these aren't, you know, while we do have some athletes, there's a lot of people like me who were not athletes before and had tremendous transformations. So I want to go over keys to success, and there's 5 of them. The first one is surround yourself with a support group. So if you're here, somebody's already reached out to you, you've already been brave enough to take that first step and say, yes, put me in a group with 500 people I don't know who are crazy about fitness. So good job. We're happy that you're here. Don't be intimidated. Like I said, this is a very safe place. We're here to support you. We're not here to beat you up. So, and if you have any questions, you can reach out to anybody, but we're going to support you through the whole 90 days. Even if you don't make it through 90 days, and this happens all the time, people make it a couple weeks, fall off, and then jump in the next challenge group. We're still here to support you. Don't think if you fall off the wagon that we're not going to help you out. Stay plugged in. It's really important that you stay plugged in. It's a great idea to go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us your story. Tell us what you're about, what you hope to gain out of this. You know, if you have big, scary goals, tell us what those are. When I started, you know, my goal was to get to 215 pounds. And I flew by that and got down to 192. So tell us about yourself. We really, you know, if you don't tell us about yourself, you're just a name with a profile picture, and we have no idea. We don't know anything about you, and it's really hard to connect with you. So tell us about yourself, and let us connect with you and get to know you. It's really an amazing thing. Some of my best friends in the world, it's a funny thing to say, but some of my best friends in the world I met through Beachbody and on Facebook. It's crazy, and I would have never thought that was possible, but it is. It's weird how it happens. So I already went over the third one. Write your goals down. Fourth is track your food, and we're going to go over why. And I know a lot of people are going to be stubborn about this, and I don't care what your excuse is. If you want to crush your goals, you need to track your food, bottom line. And then the fifth one, no excuses. So no excuses. Just be brave, go out on a limb, trust us, try what we're telling you to do for a few weeks. If it's not working, then you know you can develop your own opinion. But I promise you, if you follow our nutrition plan, you track your food, and you're working out 5 to 6 days a week, you're going to have results. All right. So let's go on to nutrition. All right. Nutrition. I always like to use this one because I heard Tony Horton say it once, and it still cracks me up. So nutrition, very difficult, right? And I know everybody wants to eat something that tastes like Oreos every single meal, but everything that goes into your mouth does not always have to be a party. All right, so I think of a lot of my food as food reps, just like reps in the gym. You know, a lot of my food I think of as fuel. I think of to rebuild the muscles I've broken down. So I need vegetables. You know, I need a little bit of fruit. You need healthy fats. You need all those things. Even if you don't like them, just get them down, man. It's not gonna kill you. I mean, we're adults. We're not 5-year-old kids. We don't have to have chicken nuggets and ketchup every meal. Um, so eat some of the stuff you may not like, or find ways to you know, make it good. For instance, I don't like spinach. In fact, I hate it. But it's got so much nutrients in it that I just put it in my Shakeology and I can't even taste it. Um, so find creative ways, you know, to get those things in your body. One of the things that's going to help you guys the most is most of your food should come from foods with one ingredient. So, you know, lean cuisines, bagged foods, boxed foods, all that stuff needs to go. You need to eat foods with one ingredient. So broccoli's got broccoli, you know, salmon's got salmon. A Dorito has 47 ingredients. Don't eat that stuff. Try to limit yourself to as many foods with one ingredient as possible. This next one, this next one, I went back and forth on this so many times, and I just read another study that says this is good. So I'm going to just stick with it because this is what I did through my transformation. You're going to find studies that are going to say this is a good thing or a bad thing, but it worked for me, so I'm just going to keep telling you guys. I tapered my carbs through the day. So most of my carbs came, you know, at breakfast. After 5 o'clock, the only carbs I got was from vegetables. And it really worked for me, and it still works for me to this day, so that's what I do. Number 3, track your calories. Again, it's a must, and I'm going to explain why in a little bit. Getting rid of sugar, I mean, processed sugar especially, I mean, that's a no-brainer. I saw a thing, I posted a status the other day about Coke, and you know how I used to sit down and people drink coffee, and I'd see them, even when I was big, I'd see them empty 3 or 4 packets of sugar into their coffee, and I'd be like, golly, that seems like a ton of sugar. But a Coke is equivalent to 18 packets of sugar. So, I mean, can you just imagine if you opened 18 packets of sugar and poured in their coffee? You would think they had officially lost it. And that's basically what you're doing with Coke. So, you know, cut out the soft drinks, even diet, cut it out. If you're trying to lose fat, the ratios we give you of fats, carbs, and protein, you're going to have to limit your fruit probably to 1, maximum 2 pieces of fruit a day, because you know fruit's got sugar. So if we're losing fat, you're just going to have to limit your fruits. There's still enough in there though to have a piece of fruit if you want an apple a day, or you know, strawberries or blueberries, or you should still be able to fit some fruit in your diet. Number 5, no alcohol. It slows your metabolism down, sets you way back. Don't just cut out the alcohol. And then, well, this last one, this is an old sheet I'm looking at, and this last one I don't really agree with anymore, and it's a hard topic for me to always talk about because I go back and forth on it. So cheat meals is basically what it is. And when we used to do these groups, when I started these groups a couple years ago, I used to be very kind of drill sergeant about it, and I'd say no cheat meals whatsoever for the 90 days. You need to be perfect. I've changed my opinion on that, but there is an asterisk by that. So here's the thing you need to know about cheat meals. A lot of people, myself, and I'm going by myself here, are very addicted to sugar. So 1 cookie can lead to 6 or 7. It just flips something in our brain that we can't turn off, and we want more and more and more sugar. If you're aware of that and you can control that, then you know a cheat meal every once in a while isn't going to hurt you. But if you can't control that, I would really be careful about about your cheat meals. If you can control it and you want to try to fit something in your carbs, in your calories and your macros, then go ahead and do that. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit too. So just be careful with the cheat meals. A cheat meal is typically going to set you back a few days, depending on how bad it is. So if you're willing to be set back 2 or 3 days because you have one cheat meal or a piece of cake or a cupcake or something, it always caused me to gain a couple pounds. Most of it was water retention, and a few days it was back off. But just be careful with it. All right. Next, supplements. So the supplements, there's a few that I definitely recommend that are going to help you recover faster. They're going to help you get all the proper nutrients, vitamins, probiotics, prebiotics, phytonutrients, adaptogens, all that stuff. Our bodies are really complex, and our normal diets probably are not, well, not probably, they're not going to give you everything you need to perform at optimal levels. Can you get results without this stuff I'm going to mention? Yes, you can. But this stuff will really, really help you. Number one, and I'm not just selling it, I'm telling you because I really believe it and love it, is Shakeology. And I don't even really consider it a supplement because it's whole foods. But it is a supplement because it's taken down to powder form. But you can use that as a meal replacement or as a post-workout recovery shake, however you want to do it. When I was losing weight, I used it as a meal replacement. So, I normally would spend $7, $8 at McDonald's for lunch, and I just the shakes were $4 a piece. So I quit going out to lunch, and I had the shakes instead. And so I wasn't spending any more money, and I was getting 1,000 times the nutrients. And it really helped me control my sugar cravings, which was the biggest thing for me. So the second one is whey protein. So, we're going to have you try to hit 50% protein, which is a lot. And the only way a lot of you are going to be able to do that is by supplementing protein. Whey protein is the best. There's a lot of brands out there. If you want recommendations, you can probably just post on the page, and I'm sure you'll get 100 different answers. As long as it's whey protein is the best. And the other 3 I have written down really aren't necessary, but I like creatine. I wrote an article on creatine. I think it's in the file section. If you have lots of questions on creatine, go in the file section under helpful articles, and that's in there. What's that? Did somebody say something? No? All right. The fourth one is branched chain amino acids. Again, I don't know that it really makes a difference. And then the fifth one I want to talk about is our pre-workouts. And Beachbody has a really safe pre-workout called Energy and Endurance. There's lots of stuff on the market. Really, the main thing in pre-workouts are stimulants. So like caffeine. That's the only thing you want to be careful of with pre-workouts is if you get, it's just like having a caffeine addiction. I mean, you can get really addicted to them, and when you come off them, your body's not used to not having that amount of caffeine. Some of these pre-workouts have equivalent to like 5 or 6 cups of coffee. So some of them will get you like wide awake. So just be careful with that. Usually when I go off, if I do pre-workouts, I go 2 months on, 1 month off, and before I go for my 1 month off, I taper down. So if I was doing like 2 scoops a day, I'd go down to 1.5, and then to 1, and then to half a scoop, and then I'd be off, and that usually helps diminish the headaches and the caffeine withdrawal. All right, so those are the supplements. All right, now's the part where you need to get your pen out because we're going to talk about nutrition plans, and darn it, I didn't write them out, so I'll have to figure them out on the fly here. All right, so nutrition plans. So there's 3 phases, and what you guys need to keep in mind is that every calorie range is not going to work for everyone. So like in years ago, when I'd pick up let's say a men's fitness article, and I'd see they'd have a nutrition plan in there that, you know, some jacked guy eats all this stuff. You know, he's eating like 600 carbs a day, 700 carbs a day, and he's jacked. So I figured, well, that's nutrition plan's going to work for me because it's working for him. And, you know, they don't talk about metabolism or weight or height, and you start eating like this guy, and all of a sudden you're gaining 10 pounds a week. You can't. So what nutrition plan works for me, my calorie goals, my calorie range, may not necessarily work for you. So like, I gain weight at 2,400 calories, but I've got friends who are the same size as me that can't gain weight at 3,000 calories. So everybody's got a different metabolism. It's not really as easy as saying, you know, eat this amount of calories and you're going to lose weight. So I want to get that out there because you guys are going to all have to find what your baseline is. How many calories can you eat and maintain your body weight? And that's going to be different for everybody. And the only way you're going to know that is if you track your food. That's why I said it's so important for you to track your food. So, so what we do is, for women, we basically just start you off, and actually all these darn numbers are wrong. I should have looked at this. All right, so for women, we're going to start you off at 1,600 calories a day, just to start. And like I said, some of you are going to lose weight at that, and some of you aren't. Some of you might gain weight. That's okay. Don't let that freak you out. So you're going to be shooting 1,600 calories a day. You're going to be shooting for 200 grams of protein per day, 120 carbs per day, and 36 grams of fat per day. All right. And the men, we're going to start you off at 2,200 calories a day. And that's going to be 275 grams of protein. Oops. And 165 carbs. And 49 grams of fat per day. So that'll be your starting point. If you don't hit all the macros, so if you don't hit the protein or the carbs or the fat, don't let it completely destroy you and say, I can't do this. It took all of us that have had wonderful transformations several weeks, if not longer, to get our macros and calories locked in and really hit the ground running. It took lots of trial and error, and you guys are just going to have to do that. I can't just provide you with a meal plan. Well, number one, because we don't like the same food, so I can't just provide you with a meal plan. Number two, I want you guys to figure this out on your own. I want you guys to have some skin in the game. If I just tell you to eat, you know, 8 to 10 ounces of chicken and a sweet potato and blah, 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 you won't learn on your own, you know, what foods are high in protein, what foods are high in carbs, what foods are high in fat. You won't learn that stuff. And that's why I don't really give you food plans other than just give you a place to start and then let you guys actually do some work, do some homework, and figure it out for yourself. And you can use myfitnesspal.com. It's free to log all your nutrition and track your calories and your macros. The second point I want to make on this is this is called a fat shredder plan. So we don't want you on this nutrition plan forever. You know, basically what I did was I stayed on this plan until I got within 2% of my desired body fat. Now, the actual Beachbody nutrition plan for P90X has you at fat shredder for 30 days and then takes you to 40-40-20 the next 30 days, and then, what is it, 20-60-20 the last 30 days. But it's good to experiment with those, figure out which one works for you. but I can tell you one thing: 20-60-20 doesn't work for me at all. 40-40-20 works pretty good, but I just want you to know, it's not like you have to eat 50% protein for the rest of your life. That's not it. We're trying to get you to a healthy weight, and then we can increase your carbs and your calories, and you'll be able to more easily maintain your body weight, and then you can keep the weight off for 3.5 years like I have. So anyway, so don't freak out by those numbers. All right, so the other thing I wanted to mention, and we go over this because this is very common, is that a lot of people, when you start tracking your calories and your fat and carbs and protein, one of the things you're probably going to notice is that your carbs and your protein is flipped. Like most people are usually eating 60% or more in carbs and very little protein. So we need to get that number flipped. And then the other thing you're probably going to notice, or which a lot of people notice, is that you're really, really not eating enough food. And this part's going to scare you, and I know it's going to scare you, and it's not to stereotype, but it's even harder to get women to buy into this notion that you're actually going to lose weight eating more. I know it's really hard, and it's really scary, but you got to trust us. If you start tracking your calories and you realize you're at 800 calories a day, and you're a female, that means that, and you're not losing weight, that means that your metabolism's pretty much bottomed out, and we're going to have to reverse diet. And I'm not going to get into it too much, but if you are eating 800 calories a day and not losing weight, get a hold of me or get a hold of your coach, and we can help you work through that. One thing I'm never going to do is have women eat below 1,200 calories a day or men eat below 1,800 calories a day, especially if you're working out 5 to 6 days a week. And by the way, all these nutritional goals, nutritional ranges, it's assuming you're working out 5 to 6 days a week. So you guys hear me say it all the time, but you brush your teeth every day, take care of your body every day. Work out 5 to 6 days a week. Give it your best shot, at least 30 minutes a day. It's going to really help your weight loss. All right, we talked about that. All right, so Alan, did you want to say anything else on nutrition? Did you? Because I know you always have a lot to say on it. I don't know if there's anything I missed or went over too quickly.
Different ideas on protein.
What? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, if you're having trouble getting to 50%, which frankly, unless you're supplementing a lot, you're going to. I mean, don't sweat it. I mean, try to get there, but hitting 50% is really hard. Most of the time when I was on Fat Shredder, I was eating 1,800 calories a day because that's what worked for me. That's 225 grams a day, and that was hard to hit. So don't beat yourself up. Just try to work in the protein, and if you're 40% or more, you're doing good. There's a lot of research out there from the medical or the sports science community that is that high protein really necessary? It's not critical. The calorie level is the more important goal to hit every day. But yeah, so calories first, macros. If you can get them close, then you'll do even better.
Yeah, totally agree. And the thing is, that these macro levels that we give you really force you to eat the right foods, right? So, I mean, the only way you're going to get close to hitting some of these macros is if you're eating whole foods. So that's the good thing about it. But like Alan said, if you're not hitting 50% protein, which I agree with him, most days, to be honest with you, I might get 200 grams of protein a day, but not even all the time. So, and I'm just fine. So, I think the calories is the number one goal, not the macros. The macros just kind of, if you're trying to hit those macros, it kind of just helps you along the way and helps you choose the right foods.
Oh, that did remind me. When you were talking about that, Steve Edwards and Denise Fay. Steve Edwards is the director of fitness and nutrition at Beachbody, and Denise Fay is one of their senior nutritional consultants. They do these live chats every month, and they had one about a week ago on the topic of protein. How much is necessary? They have an hour-long discussion about it, answer questions. I posted that link to the Facebook group page. So if you're confused about protein, that'd be a really good thing to check out, because Denise Fay is a nutritional expert, so he's a good person to go to for information on it. And Steve Edwards knows everything about everything. So.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Steve Edwards helped develop P90X2 and
everything from Beachbody.
Pretty much everything. Pretty much everything. All right, so let's see. I think I covered everything there. All right, so the only other thing to really go over is there's a few groups. We have, if you go in the files section, there's a few groups to help you guys kind of connect with people even more. We have small group sign-up, so if you're doing a particular program and you want to be, you know, in a group with people just doing that program, we have all of those set up. So, you know, there's one for P90X3, there's one for T25, there's one for P90X and X2, there's one for Body Beast, one for Asylum, one for Insanity. So if you guys want to be in a smaller group, then you can join those. There's also a mini challenge group that's just awesome. That every week we're doing some, you know, new challenge, and we're on teams, and we can just throw you on a team, and it's always, you know, fun things like who can hold wall squats the longest or whatever. So if competition drives you, then be sure you join that group. It's all fun anyway. I mean, you know, some weeks I've had other workouts planned where I just couldn't do the challenges with everybody without killing myself, so I've skipped them. But you know, Joey's always crushing every challenge that's thrown out. So so is Chris and Kim and Justin, all four of them down there.
Don't leave the girl out.
Yeah, Kim's been crushing them too. So it's really fun. It's that small group is when we just started this challenge. We've never done it before. We did small challenges before, but some people loved them, and then we got messages. Some people felt intimidated, so we thought, well, we'll just start a small group for those challenges, so nobody feels intimidated. If you want to be in there, you can, but really, there's no reason to feel intimidated. It's all fun competition, just pushing each other to be better every day. So it's a really great group. There's also a group. It's not the. We have a group called the Perfection Crew where everybody tried to. How many are in there now, Joey? Do you know?
We have 19.
19?
Yep.
That's good. That's really good for this long. So 19 people. I mean, you talk about elite. 19 out of, I think we have 487 in our group now. So of the 487, 19 have not missed a workout and have been plus or minus 100 calories of their goal every single day so far. That's incredible. That's really good. I mean, those people should all have pretty amazing transformations. And what else? What else? Anything else? Can you guys think of anything else?
You fall off the wagon or you're having a hard time, don't retract back into yourself. Reach out to the group, reach out to your coach, reach out to a success partner. We want to hear from you so we can help you through it.
Yeah, that's the most important thing that I see over and over again is people, and I see it with my clients that I train. It doesn't matter how, even the really fit ones, I'm just amazed every day by how hard people are on themselves. And even though people are not perfect in their lives, far from it, everybody expects this to go perfectly, right? And the first chance that it doesn't go perfectly, they're gone for whatever reason. And I know because I did it myself too, but the psychology of it just kind of fascinates me. That I have female clients who are doing 5 push-ups, which is great. They couldn't do 1 when we started, and they get done with 5, and they're mad at themselves because they couldn't do 6. And it's like, do you realize you couldn't do any when you started, and now you're doing 5? And that's the same thing. This whole thing, you just have to keep your goals in perspective. If you're somebody that's wanting to get down to 5% body fat, you're going to have to be perfect 100% of the time. But the fact is, most of us are not trying to get down to 5% body fat, except Alan. Alan's all about it. But everyone else is just trying to be healthy, right? We're just trying to get healthier. We're just trying to lose some weight. We're just trying to be able to improve our quality of life so we can be around for our kids and our wife and daughter or husband longer. So, if that's your goal, you don't have to be perfect 100% of the time. String a few good days together, and if you feel like you need a cheat meal and you're okay with being set back a couple days, then that's your prerogative. But don't let that one cheat meal turn into 10. That's where the problem happens. It's crazy to me to see how people. This happens all the time. Somebody will wake up, and I get this all the time. They'll have, let's say that they cave and they have pancakes for breakfast. And then they'll be like, well, I ruined breakfast. I'm going to ruin the whole day. And so they eat like crap for lunch. They eat like crap for dinner. It's really no different than you driving your car and you get a flat tire and you're like, well, I got a flat tire. Screw it. I'm going to torch the whole thing, right? So it's just you just can't be perfect all the time. You guys have to forgive yourselves. Can't be too hard on yourselves. Get back in there. Lean on us. Lean on your friends. Lean on your family. That kind of leads me to another thought. If you have friends or family that you think can benefit from this, and you think it would help you for them to be around, invite them. All they have to do is sign up with your coach for free, and they can come in the group. And I promise you'll have a higher success rate if you're doing this with somebody you know. Like Kim and Greg. I mean, they crush it together. So if you have somebody that's close to you that can support you and you can support them, it'll really benefit you. And like I said, we're not asking them to buy anything. Just invite them to the group. And if they're still nervous about joining the group, say, hey, why don't you just jump in for a week, see if you like it. If you don't like it, you can leave. We're not gonna know. So it's just it's a good thing to do to help you stay accountable.
And we're not going to be mad at you or give you a hard time if you are struggling. We're going to pick you back up, be supportive and encouraging, and we want you to come back. If we're mean to you, you're going to run away.
Right.
We'll play nice, we promise.
Right. Well, are there any questions?
There was a question about your favorite brand of protein. I answered for you and said Optimum Nutrition, whey isolate. But other brands are like Dynamize are popular.
Oh. Yeah, Dymatize ISO 100 is what I'm using now. It's more expensive. Cellucor is good. I mean, if you just want good protein, good whey protein that's cheap, that tastes pretty decent. What did you just say, Greg? I think that's the one. I mean, Alan. What did you just say?
I go the cheap route. I get mine from Meijer. It's called Body Fortress. It's like $7 for 25 servings. They have a whey isolate that's like $25 for 25 servings.
Yeah.
So
Optimum Nutrition's gold standard. Is that what you said?
I've used that one.
That one's good, and it's not expensive. But yeah, really, any of those are fine. And again, even the we all kind of shift towards the proteins that don't have carbs, and I'm fine with proteins that have protein powders that have carbs, as long as you fit it into those macros. You can do that. Shoot, I lost weight using a mass gainer protein. But it fit into my macros. So. All right. Anything else?
I'd say just don't be afraid to load your shakes down. Make them a meal, make them a small meal. Get your serving of fruit in there. Get to loving you some Greek yogurt, and heck, if you can stand it, put some veggies in there, put some spinach in there. Just make it good.
Yep. I told him about the spinach thing earlier. It sounds like it'd be disgusting, but it's crazy. You cannot taste it.
You can hide it.
Yeah. I hide my spinach. Sure. Justin, you do have clothes on, right?
Some days. Oh man, I think my king.
Nope, he's out.
Yeah, he's gonna scare all our new people away.
I yelled at him earlier in the chat, told him to put a shirt on.
Oh, you did? Nice. All right, cool.
So, Leanne,
what's that?
I just want to encourage people along the lines of what Alan said, that it is great if you have somebody to work out with, if you have somebody to encourage you, and if you don't have that, use the group for that. People are more than willing to encourage you, to walk with you along the way. So use that. And Chris and I all the time, Team Ally, go Team Ally. We challenge each other and push each other in the mini challenges to accomplish more and more. So use it. People are here for each other, and don't be afraid of that. The more you interact with the group, the more you're going to benefit from it. I ghosted for a while, and I'm kind of bummed that I did, because I missed out. So the more you interact, the more benefit you're going to get.
Yeah, that's like my biggest challenge, is to make people step out of that comfort zone and realize that it is a safe place, and we're going to support and help you, but people are still nervous about it, and I understand. But like I said, it's the craziest thing when. So I'll tell you guys a little story. So like 2.5 years ago, I'm 37 now, going to be 38. So I was 35 years old, and my mom called, and she's like, what are you doing this weekend? And I said, oh, I'm gonna. Renee and I are headed to Oklahoma. And she's like, well, what are you going to Oklahoma for? And I said, well, I didn't really know how to put it to her. I was like, we're going to meet some people we met on the internet. And she freaked out. She's like, what are you doing? I mean, she thought it was crazy. She thought we were going to get killed, and it was this whole panic thing. And I was like, no, I know them. They're going to be fine. They all seem like good people. And even on our drive down to Oklahoma, Renee and I are like, good grief, we hope these people are normal. We hope they're all fine. And we got there, and everybody was fantastic. Just the nicest people. And people just like us that had struggled with weight loss. Well, not my wife, but people like me who had struggled with weight loss, and just going through all the same things I've gone through. And 3 years later, it's crazy, but so this core group of people, last year we went on 3 vacations, and all 3 vacations were with families that we met in a challenge group almost 3 years ago, and I'm getting ready to go to Vegas in 3 weeks and see a lot of them again, and then I'll be going to Lake Michigan in July, or a lake in Michigan in July, and I'll be having another vacation with them. So it's just crazy. We all took our families to Disney World together. It's really crazy how we've connected with these people that we met on the internet. So.
Or like
yeah.
when you drive to Illinois and randomly stay at someone's house you've never met before.
Yeah. So yeah, Alan came. What was that? A month or 2 ago?
No, that was April 14th.
I knew you'd know the exact date. So yeah, Alan came down and stayed with me, and my wife's got a little bit easier with my judge of character over the years because I haven't been wrong yet, but. So anyway, she approved, Alan. She liked you. All right, so that's all I've got then, guys. I don't have anything else. Just welcome to the group, and if you need anything, do not hesitate to reach out to any of us. We're all here to help you. Did any of you guys down there? I know a lot of you had added new people to the group. Did you guys have any special thing to say or anything else?
Team Joey rocks.
Team Joey does rock. Joey rocks.
And we're going to have another call in 2 weeks, right? I'll host that one.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds great, man. What's next week? You're in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh yeah. 2 weeks. Yeah, that'll work. Sorry. All right, cool. Well, if no one's got anything else to say, that's it, man. Welcome to the family. All right. Thanks to all the coaches for being on.
Yep.
Bye, everyone.
Oh man, Lance is out of here.
I think he froze.
That's too funny.
Okay,
Yeah.
seriously, does everybody... I see a lot of skin with these people.
It's freaking hot here, Joey.
Put clothes on, people.
It's hot.
It's 95 degrees here in Virginia.
Oh, dang. No, thank you.
It was in the 60s here. Cold.
Well, we're in the 50s, so...
Oh, you got me beat, Joey.
87 with about 80% humidity. It's been
Oh, no, thank
nasty.
you.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
brutal.
I think last night we only got down to like low 70s, but it was muggy.
Oh,
Very
no,
muggy.
thanks. No.
Yes. So it's supposed to be 89 on Friday, and I think it's going to be like probably 80 or 90% humidity. So it's going to be warm. We got the air on.
Okay. Good thinking.
So just got an old air conditioner. I'm waiting for it to crap out.
Justin's gonna be walking around in his underwear pretty soon.
I'm going to Vegas in a couple weeks, so I think that's gonna be warm. I've been out there before, but it was in February, and I thought it was hot then.
Yeah, it gets hot there, but the humidity is a lot less than what you got.
Yeah, I think I'll be able to handle it.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm flying some cheap carrier, so it's gonna be like I'm gonna have to try to jam as much clothes as I can into like a laptop bag.
Oh.
Can I interrupt?
Too funny.
Oh, wait. Joey, I did like 10 sets while you were doing that call. You wasted your time.
Shut up. I'm sorry. Shut, period, up, period.
I got to go to another one, or 10. Bye.
He says I'm the competitive one.
It's all right. We got it this week.
No, whatever.
Oh.
Oh man.
Yeah, we
All
need
right.
to talk to your husband about the trying to chat with you while you're hosting a video.
Right?
Kim.
Oh goodness. Thanks for posting for me, Joey, yesterday.
Oh, of course, of course. How did that all turn out? Everything okay?
Well, she didn't have her baby.
Oh, okay.
I'm still waiting.
Oh no.
Yeah. So no, we were at the hospital till 12:30, but no baby.
Oh, wow. Ugh.
So
Nope, just use me anytime. I'm always on the computer.
yeah, well I appreciate it. That was good.
For sure. Okay, kids, I'm gonna go do some kettlebells.
Right?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I got to get some in.
All right. See you guys later.
Talk to you
Bye.
later. Bye.